Okay, and we are back with another video, and this video is about our thoughts and views of last season and our predictions, just our thoughts of how we're going to do this season. And guys, this is our second time filming this video because we did the video the whole way through, but then our camera wasn't recording, so we've already done all this, so it's going to be weird having to do it for a second time.
Just to clarify, we're not idiots. We
His
had
fault.
started recording, but for some reason it stopped after 2 minutes.
Yeah, 2 minutes 13 seconds, so we got a bit of the way through and then it just stopped. So we'll get to it this time. So first we are going to start with how we thought last season went. So it kicked off really well. We got loads of results, lots of late goals. We got 6 wins in a row at home, I think.
Yeah, that's how we started, like a rocket.
Yeah. Yes, it started very well, and then as it got into like the depth of the season and around the middle of the season, it just went downhill, and then we started just giving away sloppy stuff, and it all happened. Well, it all started when Gyökeres got injured against Blackburn.
That should have been a penalty. It's a terrible.
All day long.
Studs up on his ankle.
Yes.
Wasn't even given a foul. It was ridiculous.
We saw a picture of his ankle afterwards. It was like really big and swollen. So yeah, and then at the end of the season was pretty much like the middle of the season. It didn't get really any better.
Yeah, it was a shame really. We started off like a rocket. Some really exciting games, showed that we never say die. You know, I think we scored.
Game is won in the song.
I think we scored the most goals after 90 minutes in any other team in the league.
Yeah.
But you know, that's always giving you an uphill battle, isn't it? When you concede first.
Yeah. Okay. We're going to move on to who we thought was the player of the season. We have both picked the same, but it's very difficult, in my opinion, between our best 4/3. But we have gone for Gyökeres because he's just been a machine for us this season. He scored 17/18 goals in the league. Very, very good. Said he didn't get to 20 though. Yeah.
But I think the fact he scored so many, but also went on a spell of about 15, 18 games without scoring a goal, just shows how good he was. And I think even when he had his lean period in terms of goals, after his injury against Blackburn, he always contributes. We haven't had a striker like him since
before I was born.
Yeah, well, I don't know if it was before you were born. I can't remember the year. Might have been actually. But Lucas Gyökeres had that half a season before he went to Middlesbrough, where he was an absolute beast, strong, used to run the channels, and that's basically what Gyökeres has done this season. Is just bullied defenders, and I think even when he's not scoring, he's contributing. He's been amazing. But then, you know, O'Hare's been integral to the side.
Yeah.
He's high press, moves the ball fast. Hamer, on his day,
brilliant.
Technical ability and quality is unbelievable.
Hamer, the big man, he loses his head sometimes and tries to kill people sometimes and gets sent off, gets yellow cards like every game. But that just shows his fighting spirit though, and his passion. I
think I've worked out that he's had 2 or 3 red cards and around 1 or 2, around the 30 anyway, yellow cards in 2 and a little bit seasons, which is a lot.
Yes, a lot.
But and then you've got Hyam, who's brilliant at the back.
Very well. And one of my favourite players for Cov, Ben Sheaf. Oh, little Ben Sheaf, I like him.
Ben Sheaf.
World class. He's just so good technically. He's and he's happy to sometimes do a job at centre back if we have none. But he's very good. just like one of our best players in my opinion.
Yeah, and I think he goes under the radar. I think because he didn't have a very good loan. Well, he didn't have the best loan spell.
No.
But last season he came. He looked stronger. He moved the ball quicker. He made better decisions. And at times he was like, our best player.
Yeah.
But obviously doesn't get the credit that he deserves.
No. Should we talk about our signings?
Yeah. So who went? So from those that were kind of belonged to us from the first team perspective, Jordan Shipley.
Sad.
Been here since he was 7. That's what they're saying. We also lost Jerry Jones, which I think, he made some good impact when he played. Probably underplayed a little bit at times, but needed a fresh challenge. All best of luck for him. He's had a horrendous couple of years.
3 ACL injuries, has he? 3?
Yeah.
3.
2 on the same leg, 1 on the other knee.
Yeah.
We also have loaned out Julian DaCosta.
Yeah.
Again, another first team squad member. He might not have played a lot. Hilsner, again, signed for the first team, but never made a first team appearance.
Never played.
We managed to cancel that contract.
Yeah.
Pask, and he played the first season, a few games, came up and did okay. He's left, and also Drysdale. So they're the ones that have left who had played in the first team. We've also, and then 2 kids in Aaron Evans, Harriet, and Johnny Ngandu.
Yeah, wait. Have you said about Jake Clark-Salter?
No, I was just going to go on to, obviously, those were the ones that were signed to us. We've obviously lost our 2 loan signings, Jake Clark-Salter and Matson, who were guaranteed starters last year.
Yeah, Matson played very well, but some games he could be like really good, like the best player on our team, and then some games his performances could just dip quite a lot. And his worst thing is sometimes like his what's it called?
Final decision.
Yes, that his final decision on the ball.
Yeah, I think for a player who could carry the ball at pace and create good space for himself, when he played wing back, he didn't always pick the right time to pass or to cross. And I think he only got 1 assist in the entire season from full back, although he did get a couple when he played attacking centre midfield.
Yeah.
He was a good player. He improved aspects of his game and has obviously gone on to Burnley, who will be one of the promotion favourites. I know he scored a goal and been sent off.
Against Huddersfield. He scored his goal, which was a pretty good goal. I think it was either just inside the box or just outside.
It was right-footed, wasn't it? Bottom corner, if I remember rightly. But he's also been sent off, so he's missed a couple of games.
Yeah.
But obviously, those 2 in particular are big misses. And as we found out over this weekend and yesterday confirmed by Robbins, we've accepted a bid for Hyam, who's probably our most consistent defender.
From Blackburn Rovers for apparently, is it 1.5 million?
That's what they're saying.
Yeah, which is not enough.
If it's 1.5, I would say that we've undersold him. Obviously, a player's only worth what someone's willing to pay, but also, people have to pay the going rate. I would say he was more of a £2.5 to £3 million defender. Yeah,
for maybe at the lowest, like 2.2 million or something, just over.
But I'm guessing it'll all come out in the wash. But he's gone. Robbins has talked about picking up a replacement, cheap or on a free, or as close to a free. So it will be then trying to develop. I think with that at the moment, and obviously the transfer window hasn't finished. The transfers, we look at a weaker squad. So we've signed two kids for the under 23s in Dermy Urasa and Tom Costello. In the first team,
We have signed
Callum Doyle, who's an 18/19-year-old centre back who doesn't quite look up to it yet.
No.
We've signed Teo Adramola, who doesn't look at the same quality as Matson. Well, he's not even managed to get on the bench, I don't believe.
No,
season.
he hasn't. And then getting into some of our big signings, we have signed Jonathan Panzo, who had a brilliant pre-season. He scored 3 goals in 2 games, and he's played all right so far in the league for a sense back.
I think he had a first good game. I think the last couple of games he's been okay. I wouldn't say he's set the world alight. I think he definitely his positional awareness is not brilliant. But he is only 21, and I think that's the problem when you've got a lot of young defenders, is that the things like positional, reading the game and things like that are not always great.
Up to
it, they develop. And then
our biggest signing, we signed this player from Bristol City. He is Casey Palmer. We've seen videos of him, and his technical ability and quality is really good. It's just he's just been a bit slow on the ball for us recently.
Yeah, I think, on paper he looks really exciting. The videos, he looks really exciting.
Yeah.
I think the worry with him, and hopefully AD Vivash will help coach it however he missed it. He's never really settled at any club he's been at, and was almost deemed surplus to requirements for the entire of last season by Bristol City. And at 25, he'll be 26 by the end of the season. It's a worry that he's not cemented himself somewhere as first choice. And I think yesterday, read a lot of people really impressed, because one of the things they said that his work off the ball wasn't great, but he worked his socks off, made lots of good tackles. But for me, he just slowed us down a bit in possession. And I think there's a marked difference between O'Hare and the pace that O'Hare plays at and Palmer. And they're completely different players.
Yeah, they are.
But I think, the jury is still out. And I think at the moment, with Hyam definitely going, and until there's replacement in, and obviously the transfer window doesn't finish till Wednesday, it's looking like a very poor transfer window for us. We are certainly weaker in defence.
Yeah, we are.
So we will see.
And if we were to rate it of the window so far, which is still not over, so it could go higher, it could go lower, but if we were to rate it now, we would do a 2 or a 3 out of 10, because it's been poor, quite poor actually.
Yeah, we've had a lot of first teamers go. We've not, for me, Panzo isn't as good as Clark Salter.
No, he's not.
Adramola is nowhere near as ready. But he's nowhere near as, from the Bristol City game, him and Callum Doyle look absolutely nowhere near championship quality already at the moment. Both very raw, both learning. It's a defensively, given that last season there was a lot of defensive mistakes, given this season we've conceded I think it's 7 goals in 3 games in the league.
We've scored 5.
Plus how many did we concede against Bristol City?
We conceded 4, was it? 4-1 did we lose?
I think it was 4-1. So that's 11 goals in 4 games, and we've just made our defence weaker by selling our best defender. Yeah,
and we scored 6, I think, including the Carabao Cup, but 5 in the league. And now I think we should move on to the season coming. Well, that's just started. I'm really looking forward to hopefully seeing us improve last season, but we're bottom of the league at the moment because we've played 3 games less than everyone because of our pitch has been deemed unplayable.
But not even unplayable, unsafe.
Yeah.
That's an absolute disgrace. the club pay good money, they pay rent to have a championship quality surface to play on, and yes, they may have been warned that the Commonwealth Games were on, and having 60 odd games of rugby sevens, which I think time wise equates to about 11 or 10 or 11 full rugby games, because especially when you've got warm-ups and everything added into it, is a lot of battering over 3 days. I think, having said that, the club knew that was going on, and Wasps warned the club that was going on. They also said it would be playable after the 22nd, and it was nowhere near safe after the 22nd. So,
but very happily, our game on Wednesday night has been confirmed that it's on, which is very good, and we're looking forward to seeing us play in real life for the first time. And another thing I'm really looking forward to is that Cov play really, really good, entertaining football, and hopefully we can repeat the football that we played last season to this season, because it's really enjoyable to watch, and we do quite well when we play that style of football against teams.
Yeah, and I think that's it, isn't it? It's getting back into that rhythm of playing, and it's a tricky season this year. It's probably will be the most difficult season that we've had in a long time. A couple of reasons. One, most of the top half rivals, or majority of the top half rivals from last season, have all improved their squads. I don't feel like we have. I feel like, if anything, we've gone slightly backwards.
Yeah, we have.
Two, we've got the mid-season break,
because of the World Cup.
Because of the World Cup. And that means that
we have to play lots of Saturday, Tuesday, Saturday, Wednesday, Saturday, Tuesday, and a lot of games, which means lots of injuries, lots of suspensions come into play, and stuff like that.
And I think, whilst that's the same for all teams, with Hyam going, and yes, we will hopefully bring in a replacement. One injury, we're down to Adramola or Callum Doyle playing. Very young defence to go into an already leaky defence. We've seen how we miss O'Hare and Hamer, with his obviously been sent off. And actually, we only need 2 or 3 injuries, and we're right down to our bare bones. And then we'll be relying on Eccles, Jack Burrows, and people like that who maybe aren't of the quality that will need to compete. But we will see. Anything can happen. It's the same for other teams. Hopefully, we will be a team that thrives with rhythm of playing Saturday, Tuesday, Saturday.
Which we coped decently-ish last season when we played Saturday, Tuesday, but we looked a tad tired towards the end of Tuesday games, in my opinion, last season. One thing that we definitely need to work on is just our individual errors. Like Simon Moore, we played 3 games this season. In every single game he's made an absolute howler. Like Sunderland, he came out when there was no need to. Millwall, again, he came out when there was no need to. And then yesterday against Hull, he sort of caught the ball and then just didn't really caught the ball. It just bounced off him, which should have been really easy save. But then he's gone out to Oscar from Hull, who's just tapped it home from a yard away.
Yesterday's game, how can a striker score a hat-trick where every single goal was
2.5 yards,
2.5, 3 yards on the goal line?
Hat-trick.
That's ridiculous. But we will see. But and I think the other thing is making sure that we're creating plenty of chances. I think we've looked really dangerous from set pieces.
Corners in particular.
Corners in particular, we scored quite a few goals already from there. But even yesterday, open play, we only created the big well chance.
We don't look the best from open play.
We've got to be better choices, move the ball quicker, and that will create chances and space.
Let's move on to Wednesday night's game. Let's talk a bit about that. We are playing Preston North End at home.
Yeah.
Our first time this season, obviously seeing Coventry play in real life at home at the CBS Arena. We're just really looking forward to it in general, and my prediction for the game would be 2-1. I think Gyökeres is going to score down, Wycorn's going to score from a header. And what's your prediction?
I think it's 1-0. I think it's a must win. I think not necessarily for points, because there's plenty of points to play for, but in terms of this transfer window we've had, and it is transfer deadline day as well on Wednesday, so more business could be done outgoing as well as ingoing. I think also the fact that we're bottom of the league and it's a first home game, and I think it's really important because I feel that if we lose, it's going the tide's going to turn in terms of fans and morale and tendencies and atmosphere.
One thing I really don't want is just like the whole atmosphere just to be protest upon protest, and especially again, I can't remember when this was, like 2017 to 16, when every single game was just cease out, protest, running on the pitch to protest. I don't want that because it spoils being there, really.
It just becomes toxic. We all want Sisu out. We all want some owners, the right owners, not any owners, that will help fund the club and give it that extra investment it needs to push us forward. But you know, the great thing about last season and why last season was so enjoyable, not just the great football, but the great atmosphere and the positivity around. You know, we would be on top, not score, which was one of our big things last year. Go 1-0 down, and previous seasons the atmosphere would just and then it would just peter out. But actually, fans got straight back on top. With singing, clapping, encouraging, and actually that's one of the reasons I really believe that, especially at home, we were able to come back and
but
also,
we never gave up.
Because away from home, fans are always super positive, but obviously when you've got 22, 23, 24,000, as soon as that becomes negative, that just brings the whole stadium down. So come on, really want to win. Come on, Sky Blues.
We will see you, and then hopefully we'll make a video on the Preston game, either when it's happening or after it's happened. So we will see you then. Bye.
Bye.